First at 4:30, don't click on that. The latest scam that is circulating on social media.
First at 4:30, a family who lost so much now celebrating a new life.
First at 4:30, he's at it again. We've got details on the latest skyscraper that the French Spider-Man has conquered.
Let's get you up to speed now on the stories you need to know. A woman accused of abusing her children while having them appear in YouTube videos died in prison.
Michelle Hobson was indicted in March for abusing her children. She's been sick for a while now, but it's still unclear how she died. We'll have a live report from Team 12's Will Pitts coming up on 12 News at 5. Developing right now, Peoria police are looking for a man they say sexually assaulted a stranger inside her own home. It happened near 97th Drive and Olive this morning around 8 o'clock. The woman says she heard a knock at her door, and when she opened it, the man said he would walk her dogs and babysit for her. Then he assaulted her. Relative came into the room when she yelled for help, and that's when the suspect walked off. If you know who this guy is or where he's at, get in touch with Peoria police right away. Maricopa County Assessor Paul Peterson still trying to get his 4-month suspension overturned. Now his attorneys are asking county officials to change his status. They want to contrast the work hours of Peterson with those of Sheriff Paul Penzone, Recorder Adrian Fontes, Treasurer Royce Flora, and all 5 members of the county board. Peterson was suspended by the board 2 weeks ago for neglect of duty. He was jailed for 4 weeks while awaiting hearings on more than 60 felony charges in a 3-state adoption scandal. The freeform climber known as the French Spider-Man, he was at it again. Take a look as he worked his way up a Paris skyscraper. 57-year-old Alain Robert climbed the 499-foot Edeon Tower with just his hands. Can you imagine? Wow. Police officer tried to convince him to stop climbing and come down, but you know that's not his MO. Robert was promptly arrested after the climb. Just one of 120 times he's been arrested for climbing buildings without permission. Unbelievable. Yeah.
Well, in an historic milestone, the first public impeachment hearing against President Trump concluded this afternoon.
And today's witnesses are career diplomats who describe back-channel dealings in Ukraine that could benefit the president politically. The first open testimony from William Taylor, the top U.S. envoy in Ukraine. He testified that President Trump froze critical military aid to Ukraine in a bid to force a public announcement of the investigations into his rivals, including Joe Biden. But he did acknowledge Ukraine did ultimately receive the money.
To withhold.
All right, so what does impeachment actually mean? Well, it's a 4-step process.
And you can think of it like this, like an indictment in a criminal proceeding. The House will act as a grand jury and will decide whether the president should actually be impeached.
Next, the proceedings move to the Senate, which holds a trial overseen by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court.
And a team of lawmakers from the House play a vital role. They play the role of prosecutors. President has defense lawyers, and the Senate serves as the jury. Republicans argue the foundation of this investigation is what's really politically motivated. Day 2 of the hearings will commence tomorrow.
So that brings us to today's 12 News Bullhorn question. Do you feel President Trump should be impeached? Yes or no? You
can see the results on your screen right now. 68% say yes, 32% say no. You can continue to vote at 12news.com/bullhorn.
Now to our other big story. It was a tragedy grabbing national headlines. 9 Americans gunned down in an alleged cartel attack in northern Mexico.
But in the midst of all the carnage this week, the family is celebrating new life. Team 12's Michael Dowdna caught up with the new mom and what's next for the family.
And then we found they got the
juicy question of the afternoon. 34% of us say this is one of their favorite parts of Thanksgiving. What do you think it is?
Eating the food.
I said, yeah, I'm always about dessert. You know, being with your family is always really nice.
Yes, let's bring it home.
Yeah, except for that one uncle that wants to talk politics. The best part may be when he leaves. You know?
Yes. It's not fun unless you got, you know.
There's always one in your family.
Crazy Uncle Larry,
like,
yeah.
Oh, Lord, Larry's coming through the door. All right, we'll have the answer for you in just a few minutes. Still ahead, do you have what it takes to go head-to-head in a fitness battle with the FBI? Can you take it? Well, ooh. Yeah, Rachel went after it. Oh, she sits next to me, so you don't want to miss this story.
Mm-hmm. Plus, you know I love Costco, Mike.
Oh, I know you do. It's your favorite spot.
Oh my gosh, yes, every week. But this scam is just too good to be true, and it's circulating the internet.
And Facebook is looking to make it a whole lot easier to send money from user to user. More about Facebook Pay. That's next.
And make sure to watch Today in AZ this Friday morning. Senate candidate Mark Kelly will be stopping by Studio 12A for an exclusive interview 1 year out from the 2020 election. He'll be talking about his campaign and what's happening in D.C. So tune in for Today in AZ Friday morning starting at 6:30 a.m.
Welcome back. The FBI hosted members of the media today to see if they have what it takes to be an elite agent for the Bureau. We sent Team 12's Rachel Cole out to GCU to see if she could qualify to be one of the agency's finest and fittest. Hey, Rachel. Okay, fewer Americans are being diagnosed with lung cancer, but it remains the leading cause of cancer deaths. So, American Lung Association releasing its annual State of Lung Cancer report this morning. It shows new cases of the disease have decreased by 19% over the past decade. The 5-year survival rate has also improved, climbing by 26%. However, screening rates are extremely low right now. Nearly half of lung cancers are diagnosed in the later stages. Well, if you are considering vaping, think again, folks. Turns out a single vaping session can damage the heart and blood vessels. This according to a new study out of Germany. German scientists assessing 20 healthy people before and just 15 minutes afterwards they smoked an e-cigarette. The one vaping episode not only increased the smokers' heart rates, but caused their arteries to stiffen. New studies suggest the taller you are, 5'7" or more, the higher your risk of developing an irregular heartbeat. In fact, every 1 inch increase in height elevates the risk factor by 3%. Researchers from the University of Pennsylvania looked at data from more than 700,000 people. The association was there even after adjusting for other risk factors, which includes heart disease and high blood pressure. Okay, 12 News at 5 just moments away. Let's hand things over to Mark and Tram.